Welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to take a look at the Warden Tank build for SUMMERSET Chapter. I do have a written guide on my website, link in the description below. The guide on my website also shows a lot of other possible sets that you can use and just a lot of really nice information. As you can see, we have really nice stats, a lot of health, stam and magicka, and the spell and physical resistance is also not bad. Ebon, like we used the Ebon Armory, that's the red bubbles. Then we are running the Lord Mundus Stone. You want to make sure to use this, it gives more health, it's nice. I mean, you could change it out, but I don't think it's the best thing to run. Buff food, max health, magic and stamina. Potions, tri-stat. Now, obviously you don't necessarily need those, but they are the best if you can afford them. Because they give so much stamina and magicka back, which you need, and they restore a lot of health. I do recommend being Argonian. Basically, Argonian is the best in slot tank race, then Imperial mostly. But the resourceful passive is just so strong. Like when you drink a potion, you restore 4.6k health, magic and stamina. On top of like the 7.6k magic and stamina. So when I showcase this, let me dodge roll just a few bit. Now watch my stats. I'm popping the potion. It goes back up so much. It's so strong. Something really nice. And obviously they also get more max health and more healing received. So the passives are very nice. I do recommend being a vampire for undeath passive. You get a lot of damage reduction. Please make sure to not forget to subscribe. More videos in the future. Now again, this is just one possible setup. There is a lot of other good options. Now, Ebon Armory belongs on most tank setups. First of all, it gives nice stats and it increases the max health of your group members by 1.1k, which is nice. So they have more health, they will die less. Really cool. Second set is Toruk's Puck. This is pretty easy to get and it's a very strong set. It's one of the best in the game if you know how to use it. Now the last set is Bloodspawn. Now again, you can choose other sets here. You can also run Lord Warden if you want to, up to you. Keep in mind we are on the PTS if you're wondering what those boxes are. This is the private test server. Bloodspawn is really nice because when you take damage you get 14 ulti points and you also get increased physical and spell resistance. This basically procs on cooldown. And for traits, you want the reinforced chest, then sturdy on the small pieces, then on the head and pants infused. Make sure to have tri-stat on the big pieces and health on the small ones. 5 heavy, 1 medium, 1 light to benefit as much as possible from the Undaunted here. You get 6% more overall resources. Weapons, twice infused and same with the shield. Now, why infused? So Toruk's Pact decreases weapon enchantment cooldown and increases potency by 30%. Infused increases enchantment effect by 30% and reduces enchantment cooldown. Those two things basically do the same thing and it works very well. With Toruk's and Infused you can keep up 100% uptime on those buffs or debuffs. Weakening enchant, 560 weapon and spell damage reduction on the enemy. It's like 20% less damage or even a little bit more, I can't remember exactly. Crusher enchantment debuffs the enemy so your group members do more damage. If you want to know more about those, on my website there is a more detailed article, like on the build page. Here also tri-stack glyphs if you want to use them here. Now on jewelry, with SUMMERSET we get jewelry crafting. If you don't have SUMMERSET, no problem, just run healthy. You have SUMMERSET, run Triune. This is one option. Then I have 2 shield play enchants and a spell cost enchantment. The most effective way to sustain on Argonian tank is, or would be, with 3 times infused and potion cooldown reduction glyphs. But I know like you would have to use tri-stat pots every 21 seconds and they're very expensive. So I listed this as an option on the tank build page on my website again, so you actually can see it, know about it, but I chose to not run it because it would be way too expensive to actually use this all the time. That's why I went with Triune and 2 shield play and magic cost reduction. And in the end, this is just a suggestion, run whatever you want, up to you. Champion points, 56 Warlord, nice for break free, 21 bashing, focus and 9 sprinter. 43 tenacity, heavy attacks are nice, they restore a lot of resources, with tenacity even more so. 40 tumbling to dodge roll, you really want to dodge roll hard hitting abilities, so this can help a lot. Shadow Ward, need a lot of points in here. Reduces the cost of block by 24%, so this helps a lot. Blessed 75, so it increases healing down, which is nice. 15 spell erosions, 47, 73. I don't have those here to increase our damage, but to get the tactician passive or champion points perk. When you roll dodge an attack, you set the enemy off balanced. Remember, when enemies are off balanced, they receive 10% more damage. Precise strikes, 40 points. Put it in here. But red champion points. There is also an article about trials. Red champion points. I optimized them for each trial, so you take less damage. Check it out if you want to. But this is a pretty standard setup. 22 ironclad, 66 points here, so we get 22% direct damage reduction. Most of the damage in dungeons and trials is actually direct damage, so this helps a lot. 6 spell shield, 49, 49, 48, and 32 here. I do have a 300 CP setup also on my website. Passives, get all the class passives, the one hand and shield ones, they are very powerful. You can increase your the damage you can block and the cost for blocking, decrease it by a lot. Armor, light and medium, the first 2, because we have 1 light and medium piece. We get a little bit stem cost reduction and magic cost reduction, which is nice. Heavy armor all. Vampire, mostly the undeath, most important. Fighter skill, you won't banish the wicked because generating ultimate points. Mage's guilds, if you chose to run spells, I'm sure you can get them, otherwise that important. Switching order, now if you have Somerset, I do recommend getting this. I will, if you don't have the switching order skill line, you can run spell symmetry instead of deep thoughts. We will get to that in a sec. Otherwise, most important, concentrated barrier and deliberation. Undaunted, a must-have. And then obviously the racial passives and alchemy, medicinal use. So you can keep up the potion effects 100%. You see, they last for 47 seconds. Health even for 52. If you don't have that passive, it will go down to like 35%, 35 seconds or something like that. Now we use the switching order. It is not a must-have. If you don't have the chapter, you can simply use spell symmetry here. You're good to go. I do like it though, because when we have a skill slotted, you also get the small shield, as you can see the bubble. That's this passive. While you have a switching order ability slotted and you're blocking, you gain a 5k damage shield. This automatically recharges the moment you drop block. Deliberation is a second very important passive. When you're channeling switching order abilities, you gain major protection, reducing your damage taken by 30%. I will get into that more in a second. Now, abilities. Polar Wind. This is a must-have. Healing for 40% of your max health instantly, and it also gives you a heal over time for another 10% of your max health. This is very, very strong ability, and it also heals your group members. Shimmering Shield. I think this is one of the strongest abilities in the game. First off, you get the 54k damage shield. You don't see it on your health bar, but it's there, trust me. Then, if you absorb a spell projectile or a projectile, actually even, yeah, doesn't need to be a spell one. Arrows probably also work. You restore 600 magicka and you gain major heroism, increasing your ultimate regeneration by a lot. That's why I like to run Bloodsport. So you get ulti generation from here, a lot from this ability, and then also from Heroic Slash. Here's armor, your main taunt, Bull Netch. This is a free ability, it doesn't cost anything, but it gives you stamina, 4k stamina over 27 seconds. So keep this up all the time. Deep Thoughts. Every second you get 1.8k health and 1.9k magic and stamina. As you can see, you cannot block while you use this ability. But the moment I block, it stops channeling, so it's very nice. You can react to incoming attacks really fast. You don't need to stop channeling and then you can block it, and just press the block button and it will block, which is cool. I will show you the combo off in a second. Enchanted Forest, this is more like if a healer is dead, use this, it will heal your group members. And if you heal a member below 50%, you get 20 ulti points. Leeching Vines. When you take damage, you heal and you apply minor lifesteal, so it's a really nice heal over time ability. Heroic Slash applies a minor maim on the enemy, it reduces their damage done by 15%, and again you gain minor heroism. Ice Fortress, you get major resolve and major ward, increasing resistances, and you gain minor protection, reducing damage taken by 8%. In the rage, you ranged taunt. Silver Leash, now you can chain enemies with this now. It works identical to the chains from Dragon Knights, just costs stamina instead of magicka. Aggressive Horn, if you use this, you get 10% more magicka, stamina and health. They also give your group members more damage. First off, they have more stats, and Major Force increases the critical damage by 50% for 10 seconds, or 9 seconds. Now what did I mean by combo? So obviously this is a very dangerous skill to use because you cannot block. But it's one of the ways you can sustain. So when I actually just showcase, when I activate this, see, it goes up pretty fast. So whenever you don't have to do anything, or like like mobs, the mobs you have on you don't hit that hard, you can use this. Even if you only use it for a second, it works already. It's a pretty neat ability. You need to kind of get used to it. But yeah, you never really should run out of sustain. Obviously potion plus Argonian, it's no brainer anyway. Now what can you do to reduce the chance of getting killed while you're channeling? First off, you want to have this active and this. This gives small heal over time. Ice Fortress applies minor protection, 8% on top of this, so we have 38% damage mitigation. You can have this ability run and this, and you're good to go. You're not gonna rip this way. Because this is a heal over time, this damage reduction, this is another heal over time. This makes you immune to ranged attacks basically. And then this also heals a little bit and it restores resources fast. In case you see somebody does a very strong attack, you just block. You get your shield and problem. So yeah. Pretty strong setup. Again, There is a lot of good tanking setups. This is just one suggestion, and I've found to like it works quite well. You have so much damage mitigation with deep thoughts because of deliberation. Even if you have several mobs hitting you, you're not gonna die because all those healing abilities plus this heal, it basically heals you more than the mobs do damage. That's more or less it. I hope I covered most of the stuff. Otherwise, check out my website. If you want, you can also join my Discord. People Furycraft there a lot. You can also only lurk in there if you want to know more in-depth like stuff about skills, sets or builds. Feel free to join. Link in the description. Make sure not forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.